All right, guys, I just had a buddy leave a few minutes ago. He actually come by here looking for a pair of door jamb switches for a 56. And anyway, so I of course I have a few extras in a slide tray over there. But anyway, I told him that they're easy to take apart and clean and put back together. And he said he hadn't thought of that. So I know a lot of people have, but anyway, so I thought I would give just a quick little tip video here for if you don't want to buy new ones. Now, what I have noticed messing with these cars, there is two different styles that, like you can see on this one, it has like 3 beads rolled in it around it here. And I've noticed that these are like CAD plated, so you know they always kind of tarnish a little bit, look a little worse for wear. And then they have, if I have another one in here, here's one right here that's pretty messed up. But anyway, they have one that's plain and solid. Now they also have another one. This is stainless steel. That's what I actually have on my car right here. This is an original set that I've completely taken apart, restored, and sanded and polished the face of it there, and then put 2 polished button head screws on. But anyway, these CAD plated ones, if that's what you've got, you can take them apart and then you can sand this down a little bit or Scotch Brite it, you know, or whatever, clean it up, and you can paint it, you know, silver or gray or flat black. You can do whatever you want. But anyway, put you a couple of nice little polished stainless steel screws in there, and it would really kind of set it off a little bit for detail. And especially if you painted your car black and then you painted these black and then screwed them on there, make it look like it was actually taken off before you painted the car. Anyway, these are supposed to have a gasket behind them, so keep that in mind. You should put gaskets behind them if you restore yours. You're going to need a little gasket set. They're really inexpensive. Anyway, these take for a 55, 56 Chevy car, they take a number 8 Phillips screw. So anyway, just a number 8. Now the drill size for a number 8 screw is a 1/8 inch drill bit. So anyway, so I'll give you the rundown on how to take one of these apart and clean it. So I just got this one here. And anyway, they have 4 little tabs folded over here on the back. And you can, I'm gonna use this little bitty teeny tiny pocket one here. See if I can poke my finger here. Ooh, almost did it. Basically getting this little bitty jeweler's flat screwdriver in behind there to you know, pry that up a little bit to where I can kind of peel it out and away from it like that. All it is contacts in here, so it's, you know, it's easy to clean. It's you know, they're going to be corroded for their age, and they do sell them new. If you got the money, you can buy new, certainly. But you know, for me, I always like taking things apart and see how they work. So you have this fiberboard piece here with your little contact on it. You can see how that contact is just completely black and nasty. So then you have a spring. And when I pull that spring out of there, you'll see this end is big, this end's a little bit smaller. So this is tapered. So the tapered end, short end, goes down to the bottom. So then you push in. This is pretty sticky gummy as well. Anyway, you'll pull this out. This is another piece here. This is just your little, you know, contact right here. And this thing is just nasty. Look at the grit and grime on that. I can wipe off with my finger. So these feel, you know, pretty greasy. But and then the last part is going to be your actual button right here. And always there's lots of dirt and grit that's collected around here. So what I usually do is I take, you know, 409, Windex, whatever, soap and water, and a toothbrush, and I'll clean this up really nice. At that point, I will take 4/0 steel wool, and I will wet it with like Windex or 409, and I'll just kind of lightly work that thing a little bit. And what that does is it actually cleans off all the old, you know, like this plastic will kind of deteriorate a little bit, so it'll give a film on it. Anyway, it'll clean it off to clean black plastic. Then at that point, take Mother's Mag and aluminum polish and a microfiber, and that Mother's Mag and aluminum polish will polish this up really, really nice. It will make it look really nice, like mine here. So anyway, that's how I clean the plastic. These pieces here, you could use, carb cleaner, whatever. You need to use some kind of a good cleaner to get all the greasy gunk off there. And then once you get them pretty clean with carb cleaner, you can take a Scotch-Brite and just hit them contacts. See how shiny that makes that? Four-sided contact here. Anyway, this basically runs down the inside edges of this, and you can probably see down in there how gnarly that is. So I will use, I showed this actually in a video the other day for the taillights. This is a brass round brush, which is, right now it's pretty collapsed and kind of smooshed out. This is a Dremel brand that I get at Walmart in the tool section. It's not very expensive. But anyway, it's brass, and I'll chuck it up in a drill. Basically go in there, just clean the crap out of that. Sometimes I'll turn it on reverse and do it again. So that cleaned that up pretty nice. Back to clean metal again. Anyway, same thing on this. You've got your, dirty contact there. I would just pretty much clean that off, get it nice and shiny again. Now I would use dielectric grease if you have some, and I'd kind of put it on quite a few of the parts. But anyway, this thing here, you can spray paint it and then clean all these parts up separately, put some dielectric grease in there and put it all back together, and you have a restored door jamb switch. It's just contacts. It is very simple to do. There's really nothing to it. Scotch-Brite I think is a little too harsh to use on plastic. A red one I should say. But I'm more than likely will never use this one. I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. But anyway, pop your piece back in there. Oh, I don't want to forget that. You'll notice on your plastic right here has 4 sides. Then your little contact has 4 sides. It goes in there just like that. Just like that. Of course, I should have probably cleaned off the back of this. But I give the rundown to my buddy a while ago on them jamb switches, and I actually gave him a couple that were pretty nice, but I would, they definitely need cleaned. I wouldn't even take the time of putting them in there and then trying to, make them work, see if they would work without taking them apart. It doesn't take that long, as you can see from the video. It's a pretty quick little job there. Anyway, you can see on this back piece here, now this is got like a fiber board, so this is kind of brittle, but it has 4 notches in it, and it's for the 4 tabs that you fold it over. But it is really that simple of a cleanup job to do. And at this point, you could take, a pair of pliers, or just take your screwdriver, fold your tabs back over like that. Anyway, you get the idea. Now this little teeny tiny little flat jeweler screwdriver I've got here, I will usually take that and just kind of scratch around in here, because this has a little tab that folds over for your spade connector to go in. And I'll usually go in there and just kind of dig at it a little bit, and it pretty much just cleans it to bare metal. This is one of them spots that it's really kind of hard to get to clean it. So if you don't do this, but you do everything else, and then your door jamb switch ain't working, it's probably this right here. That screwdriver will scratch it up enough where you can get it pretty clean, and then your contact should work. But anyway, that's how you can restore your door jamb switch for your 55, 56 Chevy. It's really not that big of a job. Again, they do sell these new, and if you got deep pockets, of course, buy new ones. Don't mess with trying to fix up your old ones. But there are stainless steel ones out there. Unfortunately, I had a pair of stainless ones here, but the only ones I have left are CAD plated. But anyway, guys, Just thought I'd give that little tip video there.